First of all, I want to give you a little clarity on what goes down on my channel. So basically, I give tips, tricks, secrets on success and who you really are as a person. I mean, when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to materialization, I take both of those and I bring them into balance so that you guys can understand who you are and that I can understand who I am in the process as well. This is a family thing. This is a team thing. We all work together. We work in cooperation, and the goal is to experience true happiness. Is to experience a life that you actually want to live. So without further ado, all right guys, Universal Mastery coming to you live, South Beach, Miami. So basically what we do on this channel is we speak messages on how to be successful, how to bring all aspects of yourself to the surface so that you can experience a life of full happiness, right? So we want to experience purpose, we want to experience what having power is, we want to experience what pleasure really is. And we live in a world today where a lot of that is distracted in our society. So what we came to do is bring some light to that darkness and
everything, vampire, devil, all that shit.
That's right.
Everything that they say that's bad, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Every fucking
Because it's
thing.
all an aspect of self,
yes.
right? It's all an aspect of who we already are. So
yes.
The first thing let's go into, first of all, introduce yourself.
My name, I'm Gabriel. Infinity Vibes is my YouTube channel, Infinity Vibes. So,
okay, Infinity Vibes, make sure you like and subscribe. His YouTube channel is coming out, so go and check that out, Infinity Vibes. Yeah, so basically, first thing I want to go into is darkness, okay? Like, we have actually a lot of darkness over here. You guys can't see it right now, but there's all these dark clouds, and it's headed our way.
Reflection, hope you can see it.
Yes, and then, so basically, what I want to talk about is like, what is darkness? And is darkness a bad thing? Okay, like what is these sayings, like what is good and what is really bad?
Yes.
First of all, what that really means is it's an aspect, it's a piece of whatever you put to it. So what's it called? My good might be different than your good, and then my bad might be different than his bad.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So it's how we label things, it's how we see things, and the energy we put into things that makes the difference between what we consider good and bad in the first place, which is why I don't usually like using that, good and bad.
Yes.
I mean, it comes out, it's you know, it's a word we're gonna use, but I try to stay away from it consciously as much as I can, because I do understand my good is different than your good, my bad's different than your bad, or maybe it's the same.
But it's your free will, and you have every right to feel however way you feel, right?
Yeah.
To have different perspective of good and bad.
Yeah.
That's how we evolve and grow, from accepting each other for who they are and how they see life.
Yes, because there's a universal, most of the time there's this universal underlying truth.
Yes.
That is behind all things, and a lot of the times, a lot of people like to get into arguments over the same exact thing. They both intentionally are talking about the same thing, trying to figure out the same thing and come to an agreement because they love each other. But the problem is, some people don't really love each other as much as they think they really do. And they let that same perception alter itself so that they get into an argument when really the truth is they were talking about the same thing, but they're just seeing it from different perspectives. So the art is to be able to stay in that one perspective, in your own perspective, your own gnosis, your own higher being, your own, like, this is how I'm seeing it, but I love you enough because I'm willing to stay here and try and figure out how you're seeing it. And a lot of times, you know, that's all it takes, is you just gotta stay there. You gotta be more patient. You gotta be in that energy that you don't wanna be in. It doesn't feel comfortable. But that energy that doesn't feel comfortable, fear, dark, you know, anxiety, feeling like you're losing your confidence, that's the energy that strengthens all of the other emotions that you want to experience. So if you don't dive into darkness, you're never gonna be light.
The question is, why do you feel uncomfortable with all those energy? What makes you very uncomfortable whenever people bring those things up and talk about it? You have to ask yourself that. Is it like some conditioning from your upbringing? And whose metrics are you in that laid those foundations for you? We're just talking about this. So if that matrix was put in there intentional to make you not to step out of line and make you feel with so much fear so you don't talk about it, you have to address those things. Otherwise you can't speak about the truth or step outside of your own to become one with your higher self if you are still in someone's matrix.
That's
if
right.
you are still in someone's spell, in a way.
Yeah.
If you're living a lie life of false illusion about yourself.
Yeah.
So you always gonna speak from someone's perspective
on what that thing is.
Yes.
So to like make an example out of that, it's like it just came to me when you were speaking. It's like imagine like two rooms.
Yeah.
Like there's two rooms. There's a dark room.
Yeah.
And then there's the room that you've been in for most of your life. That's
Yeah.
the room that you're very conscious of.
Absolutely.
And let's say that there's a bunch of people that are in that room. Let's say it's just like a green room. Like it's a green room.
Yeah.
Everyone's in that room. They like the green room more than the dark room.
Yeah.
And everyone in that room is telling you don't go to the dark room.
Yes.
It's scary. You don't want to go in there. There's all this stuff in there that you don't want to experience.
Yes.
And then you start to ask those people that are in the green room with you.
Yeah.
Well, when was the last time you were in that room? Like how do you know that
Exactly.
what's in there? And then what if they start to tell you, oh, because that's what this person told me,
Yes.
and that's what this person told that person,
Yes.
and you find out that it's a string of what people have been told,
Yes.
a string of distraction,
Yeah.
and then what if you had the gift,
Yes.
the knowledge,
Yeah.
and the fearlessness, the
Yeah.
courage, the braveness to
Yeah.
be able to actually go into that room when everyone's like, oh, I'd never go in there.
And then what if your power to activate your power is actually in that room?
In that room, that's what I was gonna say. Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
What is like you need to step in that room
To find
your authentic self.
that's where okay, and to take it back to our, there was a cat right over there.
Yeah, right there.
Because I'm gonna give a dead fish.
Oh yeah, go
That's
find
okay.
it. It's like over there somewhere.
Find it or just put it out there and then call the cat. Telepathically call the cat. It will come to you.
So let's say taking it back to the story, like as you're saying, like what if your power is actually in that dark room? What if the sword that you need to wield is laying in that room? And none of these people in that green room know that they don't have any weapons.
Yeah.
They're just they've been in that green room forever. Everyone's comfortable. They're just happy in there. And are they even happy in that green room?
Yes.
Or are they lying to everyone around them saying, oh yeah, of course I'm happy. I'm like everyone else. Like we're all happy, of course.
Yeah.
Is that a real happiness?
Yeah.
Is that real? Or is what if you go to the dark room, there's already like 3 people in there. You don't even know.
Yeah.
And then those motherfuckers are really happy.
And that's the false illusion. Like they say there's limited people that controls this world.
Yes.
They don't control me, first of all, because when you step into your own vibration,
That's right.
you realize that you can buy into this notion that there's few little people that controls everybody.
Yeah.
And if you believe that they control your world, that means they control you.
That's right.
But that's what happens when people say don't go into that room because it's this bad, it's bad, it's bad. But the people that tell you that are the ones that are chilling in that room.
That's exactly.
It's important for you to
That's
understand, ask yourself this question. Who's saying this is bad? And who's saying this is not good? You gotta ask yourself those questions because that's how you connect. When you start connecting to your higher self, you will start asking yourself questions. How do you know this is bad for me? Who created these laws and rules and fear-mongering statements?
Yeah.
You have to ask for you to step outside of that false illusion. It's important.
That's right. And like that's so like key to what he just said, because it's like the people that are in that dark room that are actually experiencing somewhat a lot more abundance than the people in that basic room, that green room. What if they were the ones that were telling the green room, like through like a speaker intercom system, hey, like you guys are all happy, you guys are happy, you know, like we have TVs in the green room, and those guys that are in the dark room are on the TV saying, be afraid of this, be afraid of this, kind of like what the news does.
Yeah.
You know, fear this, and what fear does is it puts you in a state of stagnation, which is
Disconnect with your infinite self,
It
with your
disconnects you.
higher self,
Yeah.
with your authentic self. It's important.
That's right. It's literally like about knowing yourself, and the only way you're gonna find out who you are and what your higher self is, because we're talking about this higher self. A lot of people don't know what that is.
We're gonna talk about.
We're gonna go really
I'll
in depth
talk
on
about
that.
it, yeah.
Like the higher self is the most important thing. So to give you guys a little bit of a foundation of what that is, the way to start to figure out your own higher self, literally your own God self. Like there's another being. Whatever you view God is, in your mind, whatever you view as something outside of yourself that's powerful. Saying if you do, if you're not like an atheist and this channel's not for you, but if you're watching this, you're most likely thinking of something that is called your God.
If you're
The higher-
open-minded, this channel is for everyone.
Yes, and the right people are watching this right now. I already know that. The right people are going to be directed towards this channel, but what your higher self is literally your own God. Like, there is an intelligent being, an intelligent spiritual energy that is literally you in a different plane, but you're just here
In spiritual
experiencing
form.
it
Yeah.
in a physical body, like 50-50 out there and right here, right now. We're gonna wrap it up here, so make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell because videos are coming out every single day, and this is obviously some really important and powerful things that we're talking about, so make sure you tune in for the rest. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you have any questions, we'd be more than happy to like answer some of those. And yeah, leave some of your feedback in the comment section too. Like, we're here to like engage with you guys. So other than that, Universal Mastery, like and subscribe.
Infinity vibrations. Connect to your higher self. Connect to your own energy. Then you will make everything will make sense to you. Everything. So ask us any questions. We tap into our infinite vibration, our higher self. Then we speak to you. We're not the ones speaking. There's something that speaks through us. And just like you have the power to connect to something that can speak through you. It's not magic. It's real, but it's also magic.
No more divide and conquer. We're coming together. We're bringing this shit together. Powerful people meeting other powerful people. If you're not powerful and you don't want the same agenda, if you don't want to evolve mankind, then you can get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of this channel. This isn't for you. But other than that, you know, that's what we're here doing. So
Get
love
the
you
fuck
guys.
out, but get the fuck in as well. You know what
At
I'm
the same time. Love it. All right, brother. Good.
saying?
Boom.
Wow.
Good shit.